Today I'm going to show you how to make and prepare the 12 most common drinks you'll find on any coffee shop menu. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Artistic YouTube channel where we guide you through all things coffee. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos. So today I'm going to talk you through the 12 most common drinks that you'll find on any cafe menu. Now I set up a lot of cafes here at Artistic, and our new wholesale partners that come on board quite often have questions around which crockery to use, what cups they should use, how many shots go into different cups, and there's lots of questions. So I guess this video is my way of uniforming everyone together and having a consistency across all of our accounts. And so you as a barista should also know what cups you're using and what shots should go into what cups. One thing I am going to focus on today is that I'm just focusing on crockery cups. Now we have got takeaway cups and they're a different ratio, and you've got to think about that. And if I was going to talk about takeaway cups, I'd be going for a single shot in any 4 ounce. I'd be going for a double ristretto in any 8 ounce cup because I need that extra strength and that extra body to cut through the extra milk. And we've got to think about that when we're talking about ratios. I put a double shot in my 12 ounce cup, and I put a triple shot in my 16 ounce if you're using them. So let's make some coffees. By the way, if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to give you our free downloadable PDF with all of these recipes drawn up for you. All right, so the first drink I'm going to make is a short black or an espresso. So I'm just doing a double shot here. I've pressed my normal double shot button. That's going to give me my 45 grams of yield, roughly 30 to 32 seconds. And that is essentially 2 single shots. And that's going to be my espresso or my short black. So I'm going to turn one of those short blacks into a short mac or a short macchiato. So I'm still going to need a fair bit of milk to get a good texture, but I'll just steam up some of this milk. Add plenty of froth because the froth is the part that I need. So right there, I've got 2 single shots, 2 short blacks. If I was to put them in 1 cup, I'd have a double shot, double espresso or a doppio. So I've done a little bit of extra milk here, well textured, because I'm just going to turn this short black into a short mac. So that is just my stain of milk. So macchiato means stain of milk. So I've got a short black and now a short mac. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a long black. Now I'm doing my long black in this tulip cup. This tulip cup is about 170 mils, so I'm going to need enough room in there to fit the coffee and have a little bit of room on top as well. Same preparation again. Come up here. There's a small one, so I'm just going to use a double ristretto on this small one. So long black drinkers, they do want that stronger extraction. We're not doing any single shots on any of our long blacks. We want to see that good strong crema sitting on top of that water. This particular machine has scales in it, so I can't actually pick that cup up without affecting my scales. If I didn't have those scales, I would actually lift that cup much closer to the spouts to avoid the crema actually diving under the water and letting that crema sit on top. But I'm pretty happy with that. We've got the crema nicely sitting in there. I'm actually just going to use some of this milk that I had before because I can bring that back to life just to show you how I'm going to turn this long black into a long mac. And that, for us here, is a long black, a long macchiato. So, short black, short mac, long mac. All right, let's get cleaned up and make some milk drinks. So, Jump back over here. So I'm doing in-house cups, which means I can split my shots. I'm going to use a single shot for a Piccolo and also a single shot for a Latte. So I've got, now that Latte glass is 220 mils, and that is just a small 90 mil Piccolo glass. Beautiful. All right, let's do some milk. Now, if I'm being productive, in-house especially, I can do this. Let's give ourselves enough milk. Jump in here. I'm going to get both of these out of the same jug. Keep an eye on the shot. Now, a latte typically will have 10 mils of froth. So if you're thinking about a flat white, a latte to cappuccino, what's the difference in froth? The easiest way to explain it would be 5 mil, 10 mil, and then 15 mils of froth for a cappuccino. 5 mil for a flat white, 10 mils for your latte, 15 mils for your cappuccino. So now I've got 2 single shots. I can come in here, I've split my milk. Jump in here, break up that crema, dive straight on. Cool. So a Piccolo is not a mini latte in ratio. It is still a single shot with topped up with milk. So now I'm going to do this latte. 120 ml glass. Cool. So there we have a Piccolo and a latte. We'll let them settle, and you should see that Piccolo will have a latte-like head, but obviously smaller glass ratio-wise. We should see about a 10 ml drop of froth on that latte there. So as they settle, by the time you get them to the customer's table, you want them to settle nicely and have a good amount of froth on top. Not be flat like a flat white, not be frothy like a cappuccino. So let's jump straight over, and I'm going to prepare a flat white and a cappuccino. Again, I'm able to split this shot. Beautiful Lamazocco GB5X ABR doing most of the work for me. Can't complain about that. Now I'm going to do my milk separately. So this one I'm going to do a flat white. You'll notice I'm only going to add a little bit of air just for a second. And the biggest difference when you're making a flat white to a cappuccino isn't the size of the air bubbles that you add, is more about the time that you add that air. So I will teach our customers to only add that air for 1 to 2 seconds for a flat white, 4 seconds for a latte, and 5 to 6 seconds for a cappuccino. Now that does really depend on the coffee machine that you're using. Some of the smaller boiler machines that you'll find won't have the steam pressure, so you might add more time. I'm doing cappuccino, so you can hear that I am adding extra froth, but I'm done there now. Just thinking about temperature, and we're off. Good clean, good purge. All right. So I've got nice, thin, but not completely flat milk here. Now you'll see that it's pretty light, but I can still get that nice smooth wobble to it. I could still carry that to a table, still get my latte out, but a flat white drinker would be happy with that. All right, so we've got plenty of froth in here. Now, 2 ways you can do this for a cappuccino. We're going to put chocolate on top. That's what we do here. So let's go with chocolate. I'm going to do a little trick here. I'm just going to put the chocolate on top of the shot, just lightly dusting that in. Because then when I pour, as long as I pour right, I can get that on top, dive in, nice, frothy, beautiful. Straight to the customer. And you'll notice there, still microfoam, still nice and smooth, but we've got plenty of froth in there, and that's still nice and thin. So there is our cappuccino and our flat white. Let's move on. So, another common drink that you'll find on any menu is for your chocolate drinkers. You've got your hot chocolate and your mocha. Now, if you treat your mocha just like you're doing a latte, and all you're really doing is just adding that chocolate, that's the best thing that you can do. That's the goal, is to just give yourself that latte consistency. If anything, latte cappuccino style milk. Got some nice dark cacao chocolate here. Now, I'm going to add this chocolate. I'm going to add this teaspoon of chocolate directly on top of my shot. Now, I'm doing that because I don't actually want to add that to my milk for a couple of reasons. I really don't want that chocolate on my coffee machine. I don't want that chocolate going up into my steam wand or having any sort of effect on the coffee machine over long term. The other reason is just ratio wise. I know that I've got a teaspoon of chocolate in this cup right now. If I was to put that chocolate into my jug of milk, I can't guarantee, especially if I have wastage, I'm definitely going to leave some behind. Now, a little trick for your hot chocolates and stuff, you could always pre-melt your chocolate into a bottle and have that ready to squirt straight in there so that you don't have to do that much prep every time. I understand that when you're busy, it's moments like that that you lose that time. Again, choose the right one. Let's do a little chocky on there. I'm going to come up a little bit short and take some of that back. Cool. Presentation wise, nice and rich and chocolatey. That would be the exact same process that I would do for your hot chocolate. So your hot chocolates, people say to me, how many squirts for a vanilla latte? How many scoops for a hot chocolate? It's really dependent on the chocolate that you use, the syrups that you're using. The best thing to do is just taste every drink that you'll make. If you're opening a cafe and you don't know what every drink tastes like, or you don't know what your ratios are based on how strong it is, you got to taste it. You got to know what the customer's experience. So when they say to you, that's really strong or it's not strong enough, you understand why, and you can adjust the rules that you have for all your staff. Everyone gets 1 squirt for a small coffee or a teaspoon for a small, but it's definitely the biggest variable between staff, because how big a teaspoon is just hard to manage between staff. So I would start to work that out, know what your recipes are across the board. So that would be my hot chocolate recipe minus the coffee. I would just add some chocolate into a glass, mix that up with some boiling water, and create an espresso style shot just made of chocolate powder and boiling water, and pour straight on that like I'm doing a latte. So the last one I'm going to do for you, it's not coffee, but it's something that every barista actually needs to know, because if you're selling this to a kid, you don't want to burn them, and that is a Babyccino. You'd be surprised how many baristas I've met along my time or trained that actually aren't really confident in making Babyccinos and don't really know the best way to do them to make sure that they don't burn a baby. So I'm going to use plenty of milk. Now, Babyccinos, yes, they're a waste of milk, but the best way to get the right amount of froth in there is to use a fair amount of milk and go from there. So I'm just going to froth this up. I'm going to keep my hand on the bottom so that at no point I actually let this get so hot that I can't hold it. I'm going to chase that froth the whole way. Now, me, if I got an order of coffees, if I had a few coffees and a Babyccino, I'd actually make that Babyccino first. Not prepare it fully, but I would make it first and let it set. So, depending on what you serve a Babyccino in, it might be safer to just use a takeaway cup. And what you're trying to do here is what we're always trying to avoid in making coffee. We're trying to really avoid that separation when we're doing latte art, that separation between froth to thin milk. In this case, we actually want that separation. So, right here, there's that separation we're trying to avoid. And all that milk that, yes, we're wasting. But right there, I have a nice, fluffy Babyccino that every kid will love you for. Beautiful. So they are the 12 most common cafe drinks that I find on all the menus, and everyone should know. Every barista needs to know how to make those coffees. And if you don't, now you do. If there's anything I've missed, if it's different for you, or if you have any suggestions, we reply to all of our comments. So make sure you put them below. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit the bell icon for all future videos. Thanks guys, I'll see you next time.